All right. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to our live stream. You guys are just the audience, so welcome and hopefully you enjoy. All right. So, hack. Let's get into this. So we have the top 10 cybersecurity trends for 2021, and the year didn't just start. So let's hope this list is relevant to you. So here, I'll give you the top 10 things, and then we'll go through them one by one. Let me see if you think that these are actual issues. So the top 10 things are automotive hacking, integrating AI with cybersecurity, mobile, the new threat, cloud vulnerability, data breaches, which has been an issue for a very long time. I think that's IoT with 5G networks, or low T with 5G networks. I don't know what that is. Maybe you'll tell me what that is. IoT, okay. Automation and integration, targeted ransomware, cyber warfare, and other insider threats. So just hearing that list, what comes to mind, or like what pops out of that list, and does it even seem like it's accurate to you? Mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Yep. Mm. Hmm. Well, this is okay. Anyone that knows me knows that my dream car is a Tesla Model S. They just, if you've known me for at least, I don't know, 8 years, 9 years. My story behind that was I was driving on the LIE, which is the Long Island Expressway, in my Accord at the time, and there was a car that flew past me like at Mach 1. Like it just seemed like it wasn't even driving; that it was just floating on the road. It was in the HOV lane, and it was white, and it flew past me so quickly. But I had the wherewithal to take a photo of it, and I posted it on Facebook, and I said, does anyone know what the hell this thing is? It flew past me at Mach 1, and I don't know. I've never seen this car before. Someone replied within 5 minutes. They're like, yeah, that's a Tesla Model S. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's my dream car forever. So ever since I seen that car, and this wasn't even 2011. This was like 2008 or like 2009, like when they were just having the mock-ups. So like that car was out, but they weren't like available, right? So I'm like, what the hell is that? So ever since then, I've always wanted that car. Now, this causes some concern for me because I like my security, I like my safety, I like my secrecy. Wherever I go, I don't need any big brother following me or someone pumping the brakes on my car or messing up my automatic cruise control. So that's a problem. This article says that the first cybersecurity trend in 2021 is going to be the rise of automotive hacking. Modern vehicles nowadays come packed with automated software, creating seamless connectivity for drivers and cruise control, engine timing, door locking, airbags, and advanced systems for driver assistance. These vehicles use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi technology to communicate, which also opens up several vulnerabilities to threats from hackers gaining control of the vehicle to use microphones, eavesdrop on conversations. It's expected to rise in 2021 with more automated vehicles, self-driving and autonomous vehicles, even use further complex mechanisms that require strict cybersecurity measures. So basically all that's saying is that the smarter the car gets, the more opportunity it can kill you. Is that pretty much what it is? Okay. Slogan. Uh huh. It's like the villains and everybody else just joining up, joining forces. The whole weekend. Got you. Hmm. Wow. Oh wow. Okay. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Wow. And that could lead to massive, massive hysteria because again, if you've got folks in cars that are controlling themselves and it's stopping traffic and stopping the flow of just movement in general, that can cause paranoia, that can cause different types of mental strain, and that could lead to anything. So, well, I guess I'm going to have a motorcycle backup plan just in case trying to get out of New York City and yep. And they summon my car to their garage. Just summon it all the way over here. Just bring it, come over here like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, which was a horrible movie, by the way. If you guys did see the new Mortal Kombat that came out, very disappointed. That movie was trash, and I am a big fan of Mortal Kombat. So anyway, shameless plug. All right, so okay, so the next one, integrated AI with cybersecurity. So the second biggest one says, with AI being introduced in all market segments, this technology with a combination of machine learning, has brought tremendous changes in cybersecurity. AI has been paramount in building automated security systems, natural language processing, face detection, and automatic threat detection. Although it is being used to develop smart malware and attacks to bypass the latest security protocols in controlling data. AI enables threat detected systems can predict new attacks and notify admins of any data breaches instantly, making the next cybersecurity trend of 2021. So, integrating AI with cybersecurity. So, basically, it's like you're making your security run itself, and then therefore it could be hacked by programmers who can create the AI part. Is that what that's saying? Because it kind of got me in a circle. Oh wow. Hmm. Right. Mm. Hmm. Right. Oh wow. Okay. So they're just catching up now. They're catching up with this article essentially in that area. Hmm. to put it on. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Right. Hmm. That's weird. And that's going to cause a problem long term, because if you have those types of gaps and no one to fill them, but those are now becoming hot topics and hot areas, you're going to just have a rush of individuals going in there with no experience. They're not going to get hired, but there are going to be a lot of things wrapped around the training for different tech jobs and stuff like that. So I can see the economy moving in that direction, especially with folks working from home and not, going back into workspaces with a whole bunch of people in them. So definitely something to keep on the radar, especially economic wise, like micro and macroeconomic wise. Like that's an industry that we got to talk about later on, because I have a feeling that that's going to save a lot of folks' pockets before the end of 2021. Is just getting into that space. All right, so that AS. Okay, so the third one they have hack is mobile is a new target. So cybersecurity trends provide a considerable increase, 50%, for mobile banking malware or attacks in 2019, making our handheld devices a potential prospect for hackers. All of our photos, financial transactions, emails, and messages posted are threats to individuals. Smartphone virus or malware may capture the attention of cybersecurity trends. So I see that one. That seems like it makes sense to me. That seems like, wow. All from your phone, like you're not even wasting time. Mm. Oh wow. Okay, see, and that to me makes sense, because again, we're using our phones. Our phones are basically like little beacons, just following us wherever we go. And it's only a matter of time until they figure out a way to tap into our bank account and just siphon that money out. Which is why. Hmm. Hmm. Which makes sense. Hmm. Are you kidding me? $2 million, and it's a small bank. Oh my God! Yes, automatically. Automatically, and that goes a long way, especially in banking, because they make their money off of interest income. So like anytime they're spending that money outside of their coffers, that's less revenue that they'll have long term. So that's like an easy kind of like stopgap measure. Even though it's very out of the box, it just literally does make sense. Most definitely. We got some folks going off in the comments. Kurt, what's going on, brother? I see you. Hey, Original, what's up? Herschel Investments, what's up? Trisha, that hot chick, what's going on? Quilla, what's going on? Joe Gratz, JP, Junior Allah, what's up? Chevy, Queen Femi, what's going on? Michelle, Donna, Isaiah, Kung Pao. We got people up in here. MJB Smith, what's going on? Man About Business, Miss Candace, what's up? All right, we got some folks through here. Yeah, Kurt, as you were saying, leave your. He was talking about the hacking. Leave your credit card at home. Yes, they hacked OnStar. Oh, the comments are going off. They were hacking into smart houses. Oh yeah, I heard. Okay, so I heard about that. So essentially, if you had like a Google Nest camera and you know it's connected to your home, they were literally cracking into your camera and recording you when you're not asking to be recorded, recording video, recording sound. That's been a thing. So I know that, and I have one in my house, so I'm kind of like wary about it, but it has to be there. We got a kid, so I'm like, we watching you. I'm watching. What? Oh, geez. Right. You got that client. Right. Oh, that's so dubious. Dubious. Sorry, dubious. That's not even a word. Dubious. Well, that's now. What would you? Yeah, smart pictures. I know. Listen, the thing, and that's going to be our society. We always saw it in movies, and we always thought it was the coolest thing. Like, oh, hey, fridge, make me a sandwich, and the fridge would make you a sandwich. Like, we always thought that was really cool. But would you want the fridge to make you a sandwich if it also like ran your life and told you when to get up, when to sit down? Like, no, you're not eating this food today. There's just a lot of things I just don't want to trust when it comes to tech. But it's like that's where we're going. You know, like I feel like it's going to be like those movies where you always see that guy's like, no, I don't drive one of those fast cars. I have the old fancy 1967 Corvette because they can't track me kind of thing. Like I feel like we're kind of going back to that road where folks are going to start pulling out those older cars because they just don't want the drama. I don't know. I'm just saying. Uh, just for that purpose. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? That's extremely smart. That's very right. Very much so. And I think they kind of got that probably from like the Navy or like the military, because I feel like, you know, that's how the military networks are. You don't really get access to, you know, a naval ship or a carrier or any of those things. Like you don't have even, you're not even getting close to those things, right? So I feel like they just kind of retrofitted that same tech for them, but I don't even know. I'm making an assumption here. I don't know. Um, oh, that's Kurt, man. That's Kurt. Yeah, that's Kurt. Kurt's a gem dropper. He is our resident the way gem dropper. That guy will always drop a gem, whether it's in Clubhouse or on the comments. He doesn't play. Kurt. Hmm. Right. Right. Oh yeah. And they're working on some old stuff, and these hackers are like, wow, you're still using this 1995 POS? Got you. Yeah. Mhm. La- Laziness, straight laziness. Oh my gosh. Um, well, okay, so the next one, and that one's definitely a real. So okay, so we just talked about this a little bit too. Cloud is also potentially vulnerable. With more and more organizations now established on clouds, security measures need to be continuously monitored and updated to safeguard the data from leaks. Although cloud applications such as Google or Microsoft are well equipped with security from their end, still it's the user end that acts as a significant source of erroneous errors, malicious software, and phishing attacks, like you just said. It's really us that are causing the infrastructure breaches because we're stupid sometimes and we just click onto links that we're not supposed to click on, and before you know it, we're doomed. So this one is definitely like, it ties into the one we just talked about before. Okay, so the fifth one is data breaches. Hello. I think maybe 4 episodes ago, you talked about the investment strategy of the data breach, drop and pickup, drop and stock. So it says number 5. Says number 5, data will continue to be a leading concern for organizations around the world, whether it be an individual organization. Safeguarding digital data is a primary goal now. Any minor flaw or bug in your system, browser, or software is a potential vulnerability for hackers to access personal information. New strict measures, General Data Protection Regulation, was enforced in May 25th of 2018 on onwards, offering data protection and privacy for individuals in the European Union, similar to California Customers Privacy Act, was applied after January 1st, 2020 for safeguarding customers' rights in California. I don't see New York having one of these. I don't see Pennsylvania having one of these. In other states, it's not California. So yeah, data breaches, that's a problem. Tell them about this, yeah. You're right. Mm-hmm. Yo, 20, less than 10. I remember when I pulled it up. I think that was this last time you were on. I think I pulled up 39 or 40 something. And now it's yeah, I'm like, what the hell? Everyone's got my stuff. The beautiful thing, like the two authentication, I guess that aspect has been saving my life, because anyone tries it, they're gonna message my phone or message my email or whatever. So at least I'll be like, oh nope, that's not me. But I even had something today, like I paid for a service today on my Amex card, and it wasn't that much. But they flagged it. Amex was like, "Oh, this might not be you," and they sent me an email like, "Is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's me." Okay, please redo the transaction and we'll send it through. I'm like, okay. And that's something I want to tell y'all. Like, we talk about Wealth Wednesday. We talk about how to save money, how to look at, this is our Cyber Wednesday. For me, I think that there's going to be a transition, and there should be, for your financial life, for you to move into using credit cards a little bit more than we've been doing it in the past. And not because credit cards are the best way to go, no, but because they're more secure than your actual checking account. And what I mean by that is credit card companies are more used to this type of, situation, and it's their money, right? So for me, they have an interest in making sure that their money doesn't get messed up. Whereas your bank, that's your money. So if you lose your money, the bank's going to have a lot more, red tape as to how you can get that back. Because not every bank is going to cover you for certain things. You may have to get a plan or a policy that covers that type of loss in your own bank account. But again, in the meantime, while that investigation is going on, you have no access to your money. So to me, that's where I think as a group, we should all start thinking about using our cards. And even for myself, I've transitioned into using my credit card literally for all of my monthly bills. All the things I spend outside is on one specific credit card. And then I pay that crap once a month. Because for me, I don't like the risk of my cash not being available. So I'd rather have a lot less transactions online with my debit card or my, with that debit card number. Even my Amazon, I'm like, yo, switch that to the credit card. Sorry, microphone. Switch that to the credit card. I'm not playing games because, again, the credit card companies, that's their money. It's not yours. You're just borrowing it. So if their money gets stolen, it's not your problem. Ooh. Right. Does make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, for us, we just have to be very mindful of how we're moving. And again, when things like this happen, we've got to adjust. Mortal Group, what's going on, brother? Dom is here. What's going on, Dom? Yeah, so we just got to make sure that we do that. Because again, for me, having cash, king, and then spending your cash is king. But debit card with your checking account number, that ain't king. That's Joker. That's how you get scammed. You don't want to do that. So, all right, the next one down. And this is one you have to help me with because I didn't know what this was IoT nonsense with 5G network. It says the next raging cybersecurity trend in 2021 is the IoT with 5G networks. With 5G networks expected to roll out in 2020 globally, a new area of interconnectivity will become the reality of the Internet of Things. That's what that. That's what it means. IoT, they're lazy. They don't even want to use the whole words anymore. This communication between multiple devices also opens up them to vulnerabilities from outside influences, attacks, and unknown software bugs. Even the world's most used browser supported by Google Chrome was found to have serious flaws. 5G architecture is still effectively new in the industry and requires a lot of research to find loopholes to make the system secure from external attacks. Every step of 5G of the 5G network might bring a plethora of new attacks that we might not be aware of. Here, manufacturers need to be very strict in building sophisticated 5G hardware and software to control data breaches. So basically, more power comes more responsibility. This is like a Spider-Man quote, I guess, in the tech space. Mm. Make a sandwich, have the oven warming as they put their pie in there. Like to guess right. Right. If you don't sleep here, guest account for your behind. Now, what if you have a guest sleeping over? What if you need to permanently sleeping? You're saying whoever permanently sleeps. Oh man! So the Mind Investor just put on Opera, and as you were talking, I started looking it up because I'm like, I don't know what that is. I'm sure you've heard of it, Hack, but it's a browser for the real you. We designed Opera to be a personal use, whatever you might. Have you heard of this? It's Opera, so I'm just Opera. I'm just here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Got you. Yo, yeah, I hate that crap. Smart man. Okay, so like this is just basically private browsing, built-in VPN to help you browse safely. So that's actually good because if you don't have a VPN yourself, you just have one built in on this browser, which is actually pretty damn good. Built-in ad blocker, browse faster, built-in messenger to help you stay in touch. So basically, they're just trying to give you a secure experience as best as they can. But again, with 5G and with the way things are, I feel like again, it's only a matter of time until they start chipping away at this as well, because technology just seems to do one thing: make itself more complicated and therefore more vulnerable. The more complicated the system is, the more opportunities you get to find a chink in that armor. So yeah, so that's crazy. All right, so the next one is the automation and integration. So it says number 7. Here's the next cybersecurity trend. With the size of data multiplying every day, we were just talking about this, it is eminent that automation is integrated to give more sophisticated control over the information. Modern hectic work demands also pressurize professionals and engineers to deliver quick and proficient solutions, making automation more valuable than ever. Security measurements are incorporated during the agile process to build more secure software in every aspect. Large and complex web applications are further hard to safeguard, making automation as well as cybersecurity to be vital concept in the software development process. So basically, because people are automating everything and getting, just less work, more computers, they're saying that there's going to be an opportunity for threats to occur because of this adjustment, which I think we literally just said this. No. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, we're in a movie and lock the door behind me. Oh my gosh. Wow. And that to me is going to be a problem. I see. I don't want to live that way, man. I mean, there's something about it I just don't like. I can't put my finger on it, but it's like when I'm looking at the website now. So the world brands are here. Incompatibility Online is a thing, 650 different brands that they work with where you can literally have them automate everything in your life. Like, I remember there were movies about stuff like this where literally you didn't even have a job anymore because everything was automated. You just had to enjoy your scheduled day. Hello, Brian. Welcome to their day. Here's your coffee. You have 5 appointments today, which we've already taken care of. Which one would you like to cancel? Like, what the, I don't know. she'll be like, excuse me, husband. No, and no, turn that crap off right now. And she'd say it with an accent too, a nice West Indian accent for your tail. So yeah. Now, what if that you could have the voice sound Caribbean, like one of our like our mother's voice, you know what I mean, or like our auntie's voice? Then maybe she may not throw you out as quickly. Maybe it might be, nah, she'll probably throw you out anyway. Yeah, we can't risk it. All right, the next one is targeted ransomware. You've mentioned this so many times in our episodes. Another significant trend in cybersecurity is that we can't seem to ignore is targeted ransomware, especially in the developed nations. Industries rely heavily on specific software to run their daily activities. These ransomware targets are more focused, such as WannaCry attack on the National Health Service hospitals in England, Scotland, corrupted more than 70,000 medical devices through general ransomware attacks are to threaten the published victims' data unless the ransom was paid. It can affect large organizations in this case and nations as well. So, ransomware, obviously, I mean, you're going to give the definition of what that is so folks can understand what ransomware is. Right. Oh wow. See, look here, James Bond. About you figured a way around it. What did you? He was like, "Oh, you got attacked. One moment." He pulls out his trusty glasses. This guy. Oh my gosh, that isn't. Mm-hmm. That's a. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Hmm. That is, and see, and that's going to be like Kurt saying, like, war's going to be fought on a desk, in 6 inches of the desk and chair, like literally from your computer. You're going to have different things going off because again, the way this is going right now, I could just see people just ruining countries and trying to destroy infrastructure, and that's just going to lead to problems. But let's hope it doesn't happen. And that leads us to point number 9: state-sponsored cyber warfare. This one says there won't be any stoppage between the Western and Eastern powers in attempts to find superiority. The tension between the US and Iran or Chinese hackers often creates worldwide news through the attacks. Although the attacks are few, they have a significant impact on the events such as elections. And with more than 70 elections bound to be held this year, criminal activities during this time will surge. Expect high profile data breaches, political and industrial secrets, and top cybersecurity trends in 2021. We already saw this kind of happening with even with Trump's election, the first time, and even with the election this time with Russian interference the last time, and then this time with them storming the Capitol and then having all the leaked laptops, all the information from the congressman that got leaked out. It's like I see where this is heading, and let's just hope that our government actually does a better job of protecting the Capitol. Let's start with that. But yeah, I think state-sponsored cyber warfare has always been a thing. We did have movies about the Cold War. What was the Cold War? It was like two factions going at it undercover, covertly trying to screw each other, trying to get the upper hand, doing all those things. That's happening right now in the cyberspace. Literally every single day, there are hackers from different countries trying to do this. So, I mean, you think this one's a valid one, Hack? Right. Right. Oh wow, never knew that. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Right. I mean, they've always been ahead of things when it comes to that. And I don't know if that's just this is how they want to be, but I definitely see them being trendsetters in a lot of different places. Um, So the last one is insider threats, and it's all human error. So I'm not even going to mention that one. That doesn't even make it doesn't even worth mentioning. We know that we're the reason why hacks happen a lot. So I want to transition from this. So this list is pretty accurate. Um, One of the news stories that I was following today was Samsung Lee's family to pay more than $10.8 billion in inheritance tax. Right. Now, I think you guys don't know who this is, but the family of the late Samsung Electronics chairman Lee Kung-hee said on Wednesday they have to pay over 12 trillion won, which is about $10.8 billion in inheritance tax for his estate since he passed away. Right now, DMX just passed away recently. Rest in peace, DMX. And a lot of these things, when people pass and when these things happen, like there is a conversation that we haven't really had before when it comes to like the death of folks back now in 2021. There is a policy called a social media addendum to your will. Have you ever heard of that, Hack? So maybe I'm gonna give you something new today. Okay, here we go. All right. So just for everyone on the call, just so you guys know, our nonprofit, The Way, we are doing free wills for anybody. Just message us directly. We will walk you through a will. We will help you prepare one and send it and set it up so you can just get it signed and you're good to go. If you don't have a current will and final will and testament, a living will, and again, this a social media addendum, we're going to talk about what it is and we're going to get you guys hooked up. We've already done one this week and we're doing another 5. And like this is something that we want to offer to everyone because if you don't have a will right now and you die, you're leaving all of your final will, like your final options to the state. And if you don't have a spouse or if you have young children, they can't inherit anything from you because they're minors. So now you have to go through the entire probate process. That could take 6 months to a year, just if you don't have anything set up. And what are your kids going to do in that meantime? If you don't have insurance, same thing. So we're going to help folks create wills. It's something. Sir, this is what's happening, and this is why we want to offer this to everyone that listens to us. If you're listening to this wherever you're at, doesn't care what country you're in, we can help you prepare the will, and we'll gonna go through it. And here's the thing: so social media addendum to a will, what does it mean? So a social media addendum to a will can tack on additional digital information to your existing will. It's not just your Facebook and Twitter at stake. What about access to your email and online accounts? You use a social media addendum, what it'll do. You want to make changes to your current will that includes digital information. Again, you might not think of your digital assets when drafting a will, but a social media addendum to a will can be a smart move if you have any online presence. So folks who are, online promoters or folks who have a really good social media platform and you're making revenue off of your social media. Well, if you die, what happens to the rights to that? If you don't do anything, then whoever you're making social media with, if it's Instagram, if it's YouTube, if it's whoever, they get your revenue because you have no one set aside to actually do that. And that's a legal thing. So again, what about your accounts? All your online accounts, your online banking, your mobile devices, your email. Today, a lot of your daily life revolves around the internet. Maybe you could, maybe even cloud storage, images, photos, all those things. Adding that to your will is a very important aspect, and we'll actually talk to you about it. Because again, if you think about it, a lot of your photos, you have it on Instagram, you have it on your phone, you have it on your cell phone in your photo album. Like that's digital assets. If that's not accounted for, you may not get access to that as a sibling or a family member, whoever is executing the will. So, this is something to think about. But Hack, let me ask you a direct question. You got a will? Oh, did we freeze? Did we pause? Oh, did I lose you? I lost you for a second. All right. I was going to ask you, do you have a will? Have you put together a will for yourself yet or no? I can hear you now. Yeah. So I'll ask the question. Your headset died? I thought it was my phone. I'm like, I'm corded. It can't be me. But yeah, I was going to ask you, have you put together a will for yourself yet and your wife or no? I got you. I'm going to get you. I got you. So listen, we'll hook you up. And here's my thing, everybody. The reason, Oh, I'm getting feedback on my side. So the reason why this is going to be very important to me is that, like, we all have to be accountable for not only ourselves, but our family. You know, if you've got a wife, if you've got kids, if you've got a mortgage, if you've got people that you have to be responsible for, if you don't have a will, you're making life very difficult for them, because again, you're wrapping everything into probate court. You're wrapping everything into a 6 month to a year process. Whereas if you have a will, it could even be something as simple as a holographic will. Let me tell you what that is. A holographic will is literally you handwriting in your writing your final will, like literally saying, I want all my things to go to my daughter or go to my son, signed Benaj Igwe. If it's all in my writing, okay, in Ontario, in Quebec, and in British Columbia, in the United States, that will is a valid will. It doesn't even need to be witnessed, because again, your signature in your writing is the evidence that it's you. Because again, when you have a lot of these wills, you can have them drafted and then you have to sign it and prove that you signed it in good, coherent mind. But when you handwrite a will, it's called a holographic will. Actually, I'll pull it up for you guys. That is something that, again, you could do as simple as, you know, just pen and pad, right? But you need to have it done, because again, you do not want to go through probate without a will. Because sure. Well, the assets that pass outside of the estate, the beneficiary designation will work with them. So your 401ks, your IRAs, your stocks, all of those things pass outside of the will if they're in certain categories, like if they're in trust, things like that, that'll pass outside of probate. It's good to have beneficiary listings on those, but here's the problem. If your beneficiary listing is a minor, let's say it's one of your children and they're under the age of 18, they cannot inherit anything from you until they become of age, which means that a guardian is going to now have to take over those assets, which then wraps it right back into probate court. So the goal is to keep things outside of probate. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. But a will helps you to kind of navigate probate quickly. But beneficiary listings on life insurance, on investments, on IRAs, Roth IRAs, those type of stuff, that is the best thing to do, but just make sure they are not minors. And if you have a minor on there, have a guardian that knows about that, that's also in the will. That's going to help the minor allocate those funds until they're 18. So these are the types of things that a will actually helps to navigate, because again, you know, if you have money set aside and you got young kids, they can't even use it. So what's the plan? And this is what we're going to talk with folks about. Like, attorneys draft up wills, financial advisors create estate plans, and together they kind of meshes for people to kind of get a full picture, right? Well, I did the estate planning when I was a financial advisor. Now I have software to do the legal side, and I'm like, okay. And we have attorneys at our beck and call. So to me, it's like, we got everything we need right here, and it's free. So hit us up, Hack. I'm putting you on the list, and we're going to get you hooked up, because again, you know, these are the types of things that you have to talk about. Like, DMX passed away. He didn't have a will. He had 15 kids by 9 different, ladies. God bless him. You know what kind of probate court situation he's got to go through? Good thing he's got rich friends that are going to hook him up and hold him down. But if DMX was just a regular guy, you know, how are your kids going to get stuff? Like, how is that going to work in probate court? Like, that becomes very messy, very sticky, and you don't want that. So, so everybody, that's going to be the final thing that I end on, because again, like, we need to make sure that we're taking care of each other. And, you know, looking at cyber threats and the way that that impacts you directly, it impacts your personhood, impacts your credit score, impacts you in general, your finances, all those things. But let's say that you get hacked and your stuff is out there and then you die. Like, think of the kind of mess that could create without folks actually having access to your social media or your actual tech. Like, if they don't have access to that, how are they even going to solve a cybercrime that impacted you before you died? This is COVID. Anyone can die at any time, right? Hack, what are your thoughts about that? And I think we got like 4 minutes, so we can kind of, I guess you can hit that and then. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Which is good. Now here's the wrench I'm gonna throw in your plan, right? So let's say that you and Aquila are on a plane, and God forbid knows I don't want this to happen. You both go at the same time, right? What happens to all your plans? This is good. It's a question. That's a question. Now, who manages the execution of your estate, though? See, this is the problem. Because again, if you have the beneficiary listings and the contingent beneficiaries, that's all good. But now, when you're in probate court, who's actually stepping up to the mic? You know who's doing it, right? You know who's doing it? The government of Ontario, or the government of California, wherever your domicile is. That's who's doing it. And guess what? They don't have to do that quickly because it's like no one came to the party. So they could literally take their time and say, well, who's the next of kin? Okay, well, can you find them? Oh, they're in a different country. Okay, well, we'll just push that case another 6 months. And now your mortgage, now all the things that are in your name that are supposed to be dealt with in probate court get pushed back. So perfect example, y'all. This is what we're talking about. But these are the kind of conversations that we normalize. Your will can work in any country. There are folks who have wills that actually talk about assets in different places, like whether you have assets in China, you have assets in Jamaica, Trinidad, whatever have you. Your will can list out all of the things in your estate because all of those assets are yours. They're still yours. And the court will hold accountable all of those things. Now, granted, if it's in Africa, a lot of these American courts don't like to have jurisdiction. They don't even want to mess with Africa. So chances are they won't even touch it. But in a place like the Caribbean, where you may have British rule, things like that, you will still be able to have access. Because again, those documents in the States or Canada, you can take them down to the Trinidadian government. Hey, listen, by the way, I own this. Here's my deed to this. Here's, you know what I mean? So there's a way to do it. But the key is the executor of your will needs to know those assets exist. And chances are, if they don't live in your house and they don't have those weekly check-ins, they may not know what you got going on in the hook and the crook, right? They may not know the land you bought on the hill in Tobago and whatever. They may not know about that. So that's where the will kind of gives folks a place to look and how to start the process. So very important, man. Everyone's got to get one. You know, I definitely don't like to talk about death, but once you get through the will, you can just worry about life. That's the way I look at it. Don't even worry about death anymore. It's like, okay, this is now done. Let's enjoy what we got and add more stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? So any final words, Hack? I'll let you get the final roll call. If you got a minute left, what do you want to say to the people, man? Right. 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 Yep. Yep. Right. Right. And that's for more than just that, even getting shot by police. There are certain things that are just increased in this country. And let's just make sure that our thoughts and prayers stay with those families that are dealing with that type of drama, and that we kind of make sure we protect ourselves. Like, get yourselves identity theft insurance, get actual insurance, hold us down with this will, make sure everyone get access to us and deal with that. And let's just make sure we stay vigilant, guys, because, you know, this is a war. You know, it's a war for your identity. It's a war for your life. And we've got to make sure that we're fighting it with all the tools that everyone else has. So everybody with that, Hack, I appreciate you, brother. Always, every time you come on here, you throw your gems, and I appreciate you. Everyone in the comments, I see Jay up in here. I see Janelle. I see T. Yeah, just everybody. I appreciate you all. Waves for Water came through. That's a nonprofit. Appreciate you guys. Everybody, till next week, we're going to be on Clubhouse at 9:30. But again, like I said, we're doing wills. So please direct message my wife or myself, and let's get your assets and your life together so that if anything happens to you, God forbid, your loved ones will be fine and have a plan on how to get things done. All right, folks. So this is The Way signing out. Appreciate you guys. Hack, thank you so much, brother. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you, man. Let's get it. All right, folks. We'll talk to you guys. All right. Take care. All right, you too. Appreciate you. I know you guys didn't hear most of that conversation, but I hope that you guys heard enough of it. Please, again, like I said, we're doing wills for anybody. If you're interested, please hit us up and we will help you draft your first will and get that situated. All right. So till then, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, love on each other. And just remember that this is the one life that we get so far. Make the best of it, make it count, and do what you can. All right, folks. Love you guys. Take care. We'll see you guys next week.